Oh, right, another video. And we are, well, let's show you where we are. Systems visit up to 5,840, so I haven't exactly got very far from the end of the last video, from that last nebula. Total height space distance is at 181,656. Total height space jumps of 10,649, but max distance from start is going up again, and I've just passed 26,000 as a result of jumping into this system. So that's all looking pretty good. This next system that I'm going to is Byoomeae FB-O E6-8508. Now the reason I'm going there is because, well, you should be able to see it there, it's another nebula. I haven't exactly got very far, as I say, from the previous one, but I'm already at another. Now it is very small and very faint, but it is exactly the same as the first nebula that I went to, that Commander Mono gave me the description of, or gave me the location of. I've now found another. So well, it didn't look terrible, but it wasn't particularly exciting because there wasn't a great deal we could do in it. Now there is a black hole as the main star in here, but I'm already at the point now where black holes are nothing special. I've scanned so fucking many of them on this trip. I say, if I add the number of black holes and neutron stars together that I've scanned on this outing, they must be in the three figures now. So yeah, this one looks just the same as the previous one. I am a bit further away from the black hole, I think. But there's 18 objects here, so we might be able to get a look at how this place looks with some ambient light. Let's see. Yep, we can. So there are two, this is another nebula that hasn't been scanned by anybody. We'll scan these, well, this first gas giant, and then we'll have a land on one of the planets, or one of the moons of it rather. Now, I can't imagine. Actually, yeah, that's the point. This is a chance to test out how good the game is as far as its graphics engine, because the main star in this system is a black hole. Surely that means there isn't a dark side of any planet or moon in this system. So yeah, once we scan this what do you call it, gas giant, we'll check it out. So how far am I from the start now? 26,028. Only another 26,000 to go, about more than that. Add another 5,000 on top of that, so only another 31,000 to go. Or I'll reach 7,000 systems visited. Whichever one happens first, that'll be the that'll be what I do. That's my point when I turn around. Right, so this is the one we'll be landing on. This is just going to be a completely worthless icy body of some description. If I currently look a bit red, it's because although it's fucking freezing outside, my dad had the great idea of turning the thermostat right up. So although I have turned it down, it currently feels like I'm sitting in a furnace that was built on top of an active, or sitting in, never mind. It's fucking hot anyway. Well, it does look like there is no dark side. So I am, well, quite surprised. Not least because if you look at the gas giant, that definitely does have a dark side. Unless they're going to say that that is, you know, the colour of the gas giant anyway. Well, let's, yeah, we are, as we approach the planet, or the moon I should say, the colours are brightening indeed. So there's ambient light somewhere, but where the fuck's it coming from? So they've been a bit general with the old ambient light, and a bit generous. I take it we're not meant to sort of notice the sudden, you know, appearance of the detail of the graphics here. Now we probably get the long old pause as it goes into, yeah, as it goes into glide. I'm wondering if that happens to anyone else, because it never used to happen to me until the last update. And this planet is, well, it's almost like glow in the dark. It's so fucking bright. One thing's for sure, we certainly do not need the fucking lights on with the SRV here. If I'd known this nebula was so close, I would have carried on to this one at the end of the last video. Gravity is very low, 0.17. Let's get the old landing gear down.
Landing gear deployed.
I have a feeling we're not going to be able to land here. What a surprise. Surely I can land somewhere around here, yeah. Right, alignment okay, that's better. Oops. Right, let's okay, we might as well stick with that one. Let's go and have a look. The stones here are this bright sort of turquoise colour, but that's, and obviously that's a result of the, yes I did see that graphics glitch, but that's obviously a result of that must be the the gas giant. That surely can't be the black hole. So that over there is the other moon that orbits this one. So we've got some interesting sights while we're here. I don't know if we can actually see the black hole, or rather the distortion from it, while we're on the surface here. Oh, let's check out whatever is at this place before we bugger off. I mean, it looks okay. You know, it certainly helps, as I say, with the having that other planet close by. Having the gas giant just looking like a giant black circle isn't so great, but I suppose you can't have everything. Because this is an icy body and a low gravity planet as well, means that controlling this SRV is not so straightforward. There are two of these outcrops close by. There's this one which has phosphorus, sulfur and phosphorus. Riveting stuff. I can't remember how many of my yeah, I do have a full load on. Oh well, let's carry on going to that other one because it's just dead ahead there, you can see it. Alright, what does this one give us? Sulfur, sulfur, carbon. Alright, so this one has a load of fuck all as well. Again, no surprise. So one thing's for sure, this place is certainly colourful. My ship is still landed, isn't it? Yeah. I'm going to be boring and take a couple of screenshots, but I'll try and keep it as brief as possible. Right, so let's take a look. So if we zoom back a bit, so we got the planet in view there. Even if it is just a featureless black circle, I'll take a picture of that, and then we move around. Hopefully I can get the other planet that's in orbit. Not only do I have the other planet in orbit, I can fit all three of them in, or all four objects in. Right, there you go. And then we'll get one more with just that distant planet. Oh fuck it, that'll do. Right, well, that's about all there is really worth showing here. Yeah, it don't look too bad, but I mean, I've seen better. I was sure my fag would have gone out. Okay, so where to next? It's the next gas giant. I want to scan that, then we'll bugger off.
Frameshift drive charging.
And of course that means I've now got the fucked up wanky
Engage.
Super Cruise engine sounds. Right, okay, that'll do for this one then. I will be back when there is something to come back to, as I'm sure you are sick of hearing me say. Well, this is certainly not a system that I was expecting to find. We're in the Byoomeae AA-AG3 system, and if we take a look at the system map, you'll see why I wasn't expecting to find it. Okay, the black hole and the neutron star, those I were expecting, but a red giant I certainly was not expecting. And then we have, well, I think it's a K class star there at the bottom. Yeah, it is. It's small for a K. I mean, it might be that it just looks small compared to this fucking thing. Let's see if we can scan it through. Hang on, no, we're not going to be able to scan it. We're 119,000 light years from it, light seconds from it. But we can scan it. Oh, that's alright. Now the black hole is up there. Not going to see very much in the way of distortion, but yeah, that is it. Well, there you go. So the red giant scans at 119,000 light seconds away. That's not bad. But now I've got a long old trip to get to the neutron star. So there you go. I just thought I would show you this system because it's just fucking weird and fucked up. And well, it's just, yeah. Alright, back when there is something to come back to. Alright, another update, purely because I haven't done one for a little while. There's not really a great deal to show though. My progress of, you know, heading north from Sagittarius A star is epically slow. And the reason for it is that
Fuel scoop disengaged.
I keep basically just hopping from one either black hole or neutron star to the next, and I'm in an area where I will find one or other of those things within 150 light years. So I'm really having to do more than 5 jumps before I get to my next sort of destination. This particular one, that F-class star you saw, was the first jump from the last black hole system, and yet again it was a first. I'm already getting a bit bored, shall we say, with finding black holes. Right, what we've got here? Well, this next sun, whatever sun it is, let's have a look. Well, it's a K. Surely I can scan it from this distance. Yeah.
Fuel scooping complete.
So we can scan all of this, and then this next system, so that is 3 Prowl JR-W F1-1825. That's another black hole. So we'll take a look there, and I can show you what I've been doing for, well, a fair old while now. I mean, it shows how little progress I've made. My max distance from the start is still 26,913, so I haven't broken 27,000 yet, which is something I wanted to do quite quickly. In fact, I really wanted to break 30,000 quite quickly. But at the rate I'm going, it's going to take me a fucking age to, well, even get to 30,000.
4, 3, 2, 1.
All of which has me pretty convinced that I'll be turning round because I hit 7,000 systems visited, and not because I hit the 50,000 or 57,000 target as far as distance. So obviously there is something else here. It's not just a black hole, unlike the last system I was at. Okay, so it's not a black hole that's in here, it's a class A blue-white. Might as well check that out. I thought it would have scanned straight away. I think I have to be about 10,000 away from it. It's not going to get me a massive amount, but you know, it would give me something. So we're now 26,932 distance from the start, 5,882 systems visited, 10,691 total height space jumps, total height space distance of 182,716, and very slow progress. Now I will be doing another video quite shortly. I might do it tonight, more likely tomorrow. I won't upload it straight away, but it will be another one of the Lucosa addresses the internet ones. So just over 12,600 light seconds before the scan starts. But yes, getting back to the new video. Unlike the Star Wars rant that I was doing that got completely derailed thanks to that fucking retard site, I mean, I've still got bits of that one done. I'm going to have to redo it all from scratch because it's all over the place. But this one won't take quite so long to do, but it's one that I particularly want to do. I'll explain why once we've set our next course, which is not going to take long because the next is a neutron star, yeah, right there. I also want to take a look what's... Fucking hell. They must all be... Look how many type O's are there. Oh no, these are white dwarfs. This must be very low down the... Holy shit, I would be stuck there for a fucking age. But I could make a fucking fortune scanning that lot. Fuck it, I'm gonna take a diversion and I can't ignore that. No way. Alright. So I head to this neutron star down here and then we'll check out some of those white dwarfs. So anyway, yes, I do have an incentive to do this next what do you call it? Lucosa addresses the internet video. That incentive is rubbing it into the faces of the Elite Dangerous and Frontier Developments brown noses. Because it regards a certain interview that the Braveman cunt gave not too long ago, where he actually admits they fucked up and that there are aspects of the game that are not good. These are his words, not mine. So I'm almost at the point I don't care what those other two stars are, especially when they're those. Fucking I am not going 222,000 light seconds to scan a fucking M-class and an icy world. Right, so if I take a trip right into the middle of it, that's a carbon star. Well, okay, that's going to be my starting point. Let's check out this one then. Quite happy to take a look at the carbon star. Haven't seen one of those for a while. This will only be the third one I've seen.
Frameshift drive charging.
But yes, if the Braven cunt himself actually admits that, you know, things are fucked up about Elite Dangerous, and that they have fucked up in some areas of it, then that means the brown-nosing fanboys, including certain cunts who do video reviews of Elite Dangerous and use the expression, "this is the greatest game of all time," you know, they're in for a bit of a shock. Okay, that's not what I was expecting a carbon star to look like. So what is this going to be, an MS? A CN. That's another new one for me. I've never seen one of those before. Well, not CN. I've seen plenty of these big bastard fucking you know, orange giant ones, but what's the definition of CN? Variants of carbon and class stars are approaching the end of their sterilized hydrogen fusion begins to stop. They were once K or M type stars that have degenerated to the carbon phase of their life cycle. Not every star has a carbon phase. Most stars, the fusion within the core is making far heavier elements than carbon. Oh. So anyway, that's yeah, that's what I will be doing as far as the next ranting video. That'll be when I feel like taking a break from this. I suspect that I'll be taking a break from this fairly soon, because I'm going to be unbelievably bored just going around scanning all of these fucking white dwarfs and neutron stars in this enormous field of them. Well, the reason I wanted to go right into the middle of the pack is so that I can just simply choose the first one and be pretty much guaranteed that it's going to be one of these either neutron stars or white dwarf stars that I want to scan.
Frameshift drive charging.
An E designation for this one tells me that it is going to be what I want it to be.
4, 3, 2, 1, engage.
I'm going to have to piss off out of here at some point though, so I can fuel scoop. Okay, well, so much for this being a fucking neutron star or whatever. So what is this? O? It must be if it was showing on the, well, that's assuming it was showing on the map. Bollocks to fucking scanning that other star. Would be, at least on the fuel scoop though. That other star's an A. Not going to bother with that one. Alright, well there you go. My powers of prediction have once again well, shown just how great they are. Right, that's enough of this. I'm going to be stuck in this region for an eternity, so I'll be back when there is something to come back to. Hopefully that'll be before the end of this millennia. Right, hopefully this recording will work. I did a bit more searching around that field, and I found that it goes on and on and on. So I can actually combine scanning plenty of neutron stars and white dwarf stars with getting some light years under my belt. No, I'm not going to bother scanning any of that lot. How far is that? 186,000, definitely not. So I don't have to end up going completely stir crazy, although I did hang around the area for a bit thinking it was just there, but well, 5,894 systems visited, pretty close now to 27,000 max distance from start.
Frameshift drive charging.
I've currently got a course plotted of over 900 light years, so I've got 30 more jumps including this one I'm doing. But I do not leave the white dwarf and neutron star field. Now there are plenty of other stars in amongst them. I scanned a red giant and obviously there's the carbon star that I showed earlier, the CN. But yeah, I had a feeling this wasn't going to be one of them. Because there are so many other stars mixed in with them, there's no guarantee, because of course you can't set a course and have it only visit a certain star type. If they'd actually, you know, put some effort into, you know, course plotting, you would have been able to, but they didn't, so you can't. Right, well I might scan a few of these. In fact, while that's scanning, actually let's get closer because I haven't started fuel scooping yet.
Fuel scooping.
I'll show you what I mean with the galaxy map. So we scan out a bit. So you can see all of these, I've only got carbon stars down to non-sequence stars, so white dwarfs are selected, Wolf Rayet, I don't know why that's selected, there aren't any out here. But and that's where I am, and it just goes on and on and on, and they're there for the entire duration of this trip that I'm going through. So I'm not going to run out of them.
Fuel scooping complete.
Oh fuck it, yeah, I'll scan that one as well. Right, back when there is something to come back to. Right, next update. I am currently in the Systimbie ZN-T D3-3968 system, and if we take a look at the galaxy map, I seem to have hit something of a metaphorical brick wall as far as the white dwarf stars and that go within the Systimbie region. But if we carry on, then oh, it's carrying on okay in the Byoomeae region, so there's still plenty more to go, but it just looks awful that it's come to almost, you know, a sudden grinding halt. I'm sure there are other stars out here, yeah, I mean there's fucking hundreds of them, millions of them. But yeah, suddenly all of the white dwarfs and a huge number of the neutron stars. I've got a black hole here. Fuck it, we'll go and take a look at that. But yeah, everything else seems to have, well, the white dwarfs and that have just been stopped. So it looks like we've come to the end of the procedurally generated part of the
Frameshift drive charging.
this region anyway. So that doesn't look too good. Now I'm finding a bit of a drawback with staying down in this area. Obviously I'm doing fine as far as making credits from scanning, you know, neutron stars, white dwarf stars and black holes and that, but that's not what I'm here for, as stupid as that may sound, especially as I went to Great Annihilator and Sagittarius A star. But what I really wanted to find was nebulae. and I'm not finding them while I'm fanning about scanning black holes and white dwarfs and everything else. Looks like a bit of a poxy system. 5,000 away, I just can't be bothered. I can't even be bothered to go for that one, 2,820. So, oh, someone else can do that. I mean, I've scanned so many black holes and that now that this, you know, whole business, oh yeah, great, okay, yeah, it does look good, but I've seen it so many fucking times, I'm bored with it now. So, yeah, I don't think I'm going to find too many nebulae in this area where I'm at, because I'm too far down the galactic plane. I need to go back up again. But, of course, I don't know how far up I need to go to find the fucking things. I mean, I could use, you know, the distant Sgr A, etc. as a guide, but it's not really going to tell me a great deal. Besides which, of course, there's no guarantee of actually finding any nebulae out around here. For all I know, there aren't any. I mean, that would be a bit ridiculous, but well, this is Elite Dangerous we're talking about. So, okay, well, I'll find somewhere to go, and yeah, I'll be back when there is something to come back to. Right, back again. I haven't moved, and within seconds of saying that, you know, I wanted to find somewhere to go and find a nebula, I've found one. I'm 12 jumps away from it. Fuck it, I'll show you on the galaxy map. I can't remember the name of it, so I'm gonna have to do it the very slow and tedious and boring way. So bear with me. But there it is. Doesn't that look awfully familiar? Yes, it's exactly the same as one that I did earlier, the one that Mono told me about but didn't visit himself. And now I've gone and found one that looks, well, it doesn't look, it's identical to it. The only difference I know of so far is that the system, with the lovely, well, basically Systimbie TIT E3-142 designation, the main star there isn't a black hole, it's a neutron star. What a difference. I don't know if there will be any planets that I can land on in there. Even if there are, I'm not sure if I particularly want to land on them, because obviously we've seen what that fucking nebula looks like. Just go back a video or two. Or no, it is just one. It would have been two, but the upload didn't work. It just wasn't doing anything. I started uploading a video and the time kept going up and up and up, but the progress bar never went beyond 0. And by the time it got to the stage where it was telling me I had 18 hours to wait for the upload for what was only a 4 gig video, surprise surprise, I cancelled it. So yeah, you only have to go back one video, I'm sure of it, and you'll see what that nebula looks like. Nevertheless, it is a nebula that I haven't seen before, as far as, you know, where it is. Obviously I know what it looks like, so I'm going to go there, especially as it was only about 330 something light years away. So yeah, it's only 11 jumps.
Frameshift drive charging.
So I'll be back when we are about to head in there. Okay, so the nebula is the next jump. The system I'm in has a B-class blue-white, that's why you can't see it very clearly. Also, the last time I went into a nebula that looked like this, I jumped to the nearest system I could to get a decent look at it. This time I'm not bothering because I already know what it looks like. So, here we go.
4, 3, 2, 1, engage.
Right, I completely missed where the neutron star went. It doesn't help. So we know there are at least 2 stars in here. And that's all that's in here. Well, that's a K, isn't it? Yeah. It's 12,000 away. I think we need to be a fair bit closer to it in order to scan it. Well, that's it. So, okay. We made it to the nebula, but well, we're not going to see a great deal because there's pretty much a hell of a lot of fuck all within it. No, it's probably just as well that we've already seen what this nebula looks like, even if this is the first time I've been in this particular one. So, Systimbie TI-T E3-142 is not particularly enthralling. I mean, the star field is certainly dense enough. Well, on this side, this isn't a very dark side here. Can't see the... okay, the pink is behind me more. Oh well, doesn't matter anyway. Can't land, so we won't be seeing it any more clearly than this. So that was a bit of a damp squeeb, really. So, right, well, I might as well end this one here, so I'll be back when there is something to come back to, and hopefully that will be something that's a damn sight more interesting than this place was. Right, back with another video, and well, I'm currently sporting the sexy wet hair look. I'm sure you all find me absolutely irresistible at the moment. But I'm sorry to have to break it to you, but I'm spoken for. Well, sort of. Now, apart from talking bollocks, I am a bit bored. Because I'm not finding a great deal, and I know there isn't going to be very much on this entire route that I'm currently doing. I'm just getting some light years under my belt. So I figured I would have a stab at answering a question that was posed. In one of Rusty Dog's recent videos, he was talking about high gravity planets, while he was investigating a planet that had gravity of I think it was 2.2. Now, to be honest, that's not particularly high, although it is if said planet was an icy body and the area is extremely mountainous. And if you don't believe me, then check out his video where he's basically well, struggling to get anywhere, including back to his ship. But while he was doing that video, so he came up with a hypothetical situation. Okay, it's close, I'll do this one. And that was a comparison between a Sidewinder with the strongest shields it could fit and an Imperial Cutter with the strongest shields that can fit. And if you were to let gravity just basically take hold of your ship and send it down to the surface, would the greater shields of the Imperial Cutter mean that it will be able to take more damage, or will the additional weight of the Imperial Cutter mean that it will actually end up taking more damage regardless of the shield strength? Now, I've not been to the planet that he was on when he posed this, so we'll use the infamous Sgr 3. Yes, I did actually pronounce it Sgr. We'll use that as the example this time around. Can I really be bothered to scan that? Let's just have a look. No, on to the next system. So anyway, yeah, so we'll use Sgr 3 as our example for trying to answer this. Now Sgr 3 has gravity of, it's over 6. I think it's something like 6.7. Which is pretty high. And speaking from experience, having landed there, in fact I was in a wing with Commander Ripperjack when it happened, and Ripperjack lost 2 ships in trying to land there. By some miracle I made it first time. But anyway, part of the problem with the way that Rusty Dog posed the question is one of the words that he used, which is weight. Now, in Elite Dangerous, ships and cargo and upgrades and all that are never described by their weight. Yes, tonnage is a unit of measuring weight, but it's also in rather well, less than graceful terms anyway, it's also a unit of measurement for mass. And of course everything is referred to in Elite Dangerous as its mass, and there's a very good reason for that, of course. The mass of something is a constant. The weight isn't. Weight is simply how much the particular object is affected by the gravity. So something on Earth that say weighs 1 ton, obviously on Sgr 3 will weigh 6.7 tons. So the weight isn't a constant. The mass is the constant. It's a bit like when we're saying speed in, you know, when we're travelling in Super Cruise here. Of course, it's not speed, it's actually your velocity. The velocity is a constant, but your speed isn't, because your speed is always relative to whatever it is that you've targeted. Now, the mass of the Imperial Cutter, to be honest, I can't remember exactly how much it is, but it is the largest ship in the game. It is significant, and it is obviously vastly more than the mass of a Sidewinder. Well, it's not to say a Sidewinder's small, it is about the size of a 737 jet, so I mean it's fucking big enough. shouldn't really do this. I'm heading straight back towards the sun, but I'm going to charge the drive for hyperspace anyway. So, yeah, the cutter has significantly more mass, as indeed do all of its upgrades, including if you're going to fit maximum shields. And I think the maximum shields you can fit on a Sidewinder is an A3 prismatic, and on a Cutler is obviously an A8 prismatic. And what they absorb is energy. It's measured in kilojoules. Because an impact like, you know, one where you are hitting the... oh, fuck that, it's only an M. Hitting the surface of a planet due to the gravitational effect of it, that impact, some of it can be measured in kilojoules, but very little. So in fact the shields aren't going to make an enormous amount of difference.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
Whether you've got an A8 prismatic or a fucking C1 Byoomeae, the shields won't make an enormous amount of difference, or at least they shouldn't do if the physics is right. The only way you're really going to know for sure is if you test it out. But I'll tell you now, I am not going to you know, volunteer my Imperial Cutter for such a test.
3, 2, 1.
But from what I can ascertain as far as the physics goes, I'm, you know, by no means a physics PhD. Yeah, the energy absorption from the shields won't make a great deal of difference as far as your you know, protecting you if you hit the surface. The annoying thing is there was a video until very recently that illustrated that point. Commander Daddy 07, unfortunately he's done his routine again of deleting everything off his account. This is the second time he's done it now, so you can't now refer to that. But he was doing an exploration run in a Cobra. I think he had the best shields he could fit on it, and he fucked up the landing and the shields collapsed immediately and took his hull down to 40 something %. Now obviously it's not a direct comparison because he fucked up the landing because he came in far too quickly. He boosted when he was far too close to the surface. So he basically ploughed into it like a fucking meteorite.
Disengaged.
The planet's gravity was very low. It wasn't even 1. But impacting on the surface, his shields didn't do hardly anything. Even in one of my earlier videos on this trip, when I came down a bit too hard on the planet that I was landing on, it wasn't exactly a huge impact, but it was enough to take off at least the first ring of my shields, even though it was technically just a tiny little bump. So the shields really don't offer you a great deal of protection at all when you are landing on the surface and fuck it up. It is really your hull that takes the brunt of it, if not all of it. So this is all a rather long-winded way of me saying that I'm pretty sure the Imperial Cutter will leave a crater about the size of Birmingham.
Fuel scooping complete.
A Sidewinder has a chance of surviving it, but not a very good one because it is so small and fragile.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
If I was to bet on it, I would say that the Sidewinder probably wouldn't survive it either. As I say, when I went to Achenar 3 with Commander Ripperjack. First time he went there, he was in a Python, and yeah, that did not go well. And for a while I was exploring the wreckage of his Python in my SRV while I was waiting for him to come back in a Cobra, and his first Cobra landing didn't go well either. But although I was lucky in terms of my landing, I mean it took care of my shields. I think I lost a summit hull. I was in this asp actually, but yeah, the landing I'd say was fine, or relatively fine, so it wasn't that I came away completely unscathed, but launching from it again, that was a whole different matter. I just could not get the speed up to escape the planet's gravity unless I boosted. But the other thing was that I would go full throttle, turn to face upwards, but the ship trajectory wouldn't change. So I was having a hell of a time with that. And in the end, the only way I was able to get away from there was to use the vertical boost for what felt like a fucking eternity, until I was something like 1.5 kilometers away from the surface, and only then turn and actually boost away and finally be able to engage the Super Cruise. So there you go. I'm sure you can tell by now just how bored I am that I take this time to answer that question. But it brings me on to a question of my own, and it's about just how bollocks the physics of Elite Dangerous is. Again, we'll use Achenar. Well, actually, no, we won't. Well, we'll give it a mention. So Achenar 3, a planet that has gravitational, its gravity is 6.7. Then there's this planet that Rusty Dog found with a gravity of 2.2. I have found planets that had gravity of over 8, but I didn't go near them for rather obvious reasons. Now, none of those planets had an atmosphere. Now, Earth has a gravity of 1, obviously. And Earth does have an atmosphere. And what do you suppose it is that keeps the atmosphere around the planet? I'll give you a clue. Earth's is measured at 1. Yeah, it's the gravity. So Earth, which has a gravity of 1, has its atmosphere kept in place. Meanwhile, these other planets that have gravity of 2.2 or 6.7 or 8 point something, their atmosphere has disappeared. No sign of it anywhere. Now the fucking hell is that supposed to happen?
Fuel scooping complete.
Because of course we're able to land on them, and according to Frontier Developments that means they have no atmosphere. Well, if it has a gravitational, pull of 6.7 or 2.2, how the fucking hell does it not have an atmosphere of any kind? That's just bullshit to me. So I'd be interested in hearing the opinions of other amateur astrophysicists, if there is such a thing, as to how that is possible, because I sure as fuck can't see how it is. So, well, I think that'll do for now. As you can see, I'm not encountering any interesting systems at all. So I'll be back when there is something to come back to, which is probably at this rate going to be some kind of milestone rather than, you know, an actual interesting system or something like that. So back when there is something to come back to. Right, next update. I am in the what system? Sgr A BC-L D8-603 system, and this one is really cuntish. I took one look at this system map and I just thought, fucking yeah, I'll have some of this. You know, especially when I scanned the first planet, Waterworld, I was like, yeah, okay, I'm definitely doing this, and this Waterworld is a candidate for terraforming. Next one, oh, high metal content. Okay, it didn't look promising, but the next three all did. High metal content, high metal content, high metal content, and they're not even candidates for terraforming. So what a fucking waste of time. I mean, I'll do the gas giant purely because I've done everything else. I may as well do the fucking gas giant and all, but that really fucked me off. Oh well, such is the delights of exploration. So well, there is a water world here, so you know, if you fancy travelling 29,500 light years to scan a water world, this is the place for you. Right, back when there is something to come back to. Right, another update. This system I've just arrived in, it's put me in a real dodgy place. There are 3 stars, almost certainly all Tauri. So my temperature started going up pretty high. I managed to get away in time so that I didn't have to, you know, use a heatsink. But look at all the distortion that's going on around this star. I think that's because of the very close proximity of all the other Tauri stars that are close to it. This one's spinning pretty quickly. I don't think that's the closest one. Okay, it is, but you can see there's another one right by me, just the top of the screen there. Okay, so that's a Herbig. This one looks like a blue-white. There's no wonder my heat started going up so bloody quick, but I suspect this is another Tauri. So this system could have been a bit hairy, but thankfully I managed to get away okay. Yeah, can't fucking scoop off anything here. Let's take a look at the system map. So yeah, a bit of a complex system. That's 5,000 away. I've got no idea how far those 2 are away because it won't show me. Fuck it, I might as well scan those other planets. Click the wrong thing. Well, the others are all, actually, because this system is so fucked up and nearly caused me some grief, I might scan the whole place. So, which is a rarity for me, but I mean, it's not that many things here, so I'm sure it's no big deal. Anyway, there you go. So another highlight, if you can call it that, and I'll be back when there is something to come back to, as always. Right, another update. We are currently in the Sgr A VG-C D13-4927. Nothing particularly remarkable about this system, but it is in very good condition. I feel a deep sense of shame for having said that one. I can just feel the rusty dog influence there. That's definitely, yeah, blame him. I would. Right, anyway, scan that gas giant. Nothing remarkable. Let's piss off to the next system. So next stop is Sgr A XE-B C28-45. That designation doesn't inspire me with any confidence with regards to there being anything interesting in it. Well, you never know.
2,
Well,
1,
no, you do.
engage.
So here we are.
Fuel scooping.
Only 3 objects, and they're all far too far away for me to be bothered with, I think. Yeah, I mean, 17,000 to scan a fucking gas giant. If it was one worthwhile, I would do it, but it ain't. So this system, Sgr A C, I can't even fucking read it, C28-45 has fuck all in it, but it is the 6,000th system I have visited. And you can also see my max distance from the start is very close to a milestone of its own, very nearly at 30,000. In fact, let's do a couple more jumps so we can get the 30,000 up there, so we can have 2 milestones covered in one video. But that now means that either 1,000 jumps from here, or, well, let's say it's 30,000, so either 1,000 jumps or 27,000 light years covered.
Frameshift drive
They're going to be
charging.
quite close to each other, I think, but whichever one comes first, that's the point when I then say that's it and it's time to head back.
4,
So
3,
I did not think
1,
that
engage.
I would ever reach 6,000 fucking systems visited, and yet here I am now planning to carry on doing this journey until I reach 7,000. Of course that will mean that I'll have over 8,000 by the time I actually do get back.
Fuel scooping.
So I've still got a long old fucking way as far as distance goes. This system looks like it might be a bit poxy. There's no looks about it. I'll scan that one.
Fuel scooping
Oh,
complete.
fuck it hell. I mean, these hopefully are all close enough that I can scan them without moving. But they are all small, so no. So fuck them. Let's go and scan the star and then that one, either metal rich or whatever, that has no atmosphere, or no, it does have an atmosphere, so it's worth more.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
I need the system map again so I can see which one it is I'm going to. That one. That's the only one I'm going to scan that's around this star. Alright, what's our distance at now? 29,958. Still got a bit more to go. 42. So 2 more jumps, I reckon. I've got 3 more jumps before I do the 1,000 light years that I had plotted. Right, off we fuck.
Frameshift drive charging. scooping.
Right, what's here? There's one that's close. Everything else is gas giants. Let's take a look.
Fuel scooping complete.
I can't be bothered to do 1900. Right, how far now? Oh, only 11. Okay. Well, this next jump will definitely take us to 30,000.
Fuel scoop disengaged. Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, one, engage.
Oh, fuck knows how you pronounce this region I'm in now. Byoomeae, I think. Oh, there's certainly something else here.
Fuel scooping.
31 of them. Oh, it's another one of these poxy ones. I'll scan that one. 10,000 away. No, that's only going to be a shitty one again. Alright, well, let's go and scan this one then. Oh, great. Right in front of me, so...
Fuel scooping complete. Fuel scoop disengaged.
Well, that means, yep, there we are. Max distance from the start has passed 30,000 light years, 30,019. Systems visit out to 6,003, so only another 997 systems to go before I reach that target, or 27,000 light years distance to cover, whichever comes first. So I think it's going to be close, but I think number of jumps will just edge it. Or do I? Well, it was roughly 800 to get to Sagittarius A star, and that was just shy of 20, no, just over 26,000. I mean just over, it was something like 26,003 or something. So it could be the distance then. I'll say it's close between the two. So either way, I've still got a long old fucking way to go. In fact, I'll just take the screenshot for posterity. Now, what's the bit in this place? It's just the fucking high metal content. Oh well, I'll take Waterworld. I've scanned so fucking many Waterworlds now. I've scanned about, I think it's 19 or 20 Earth-likes, which isn't a terrible amount, but when you consider how far I've travelled, it makes it look like they are really sparse, and they're not. You know, certainly not out around here. I've been told by at least 3, not always directly, but
Frameshift drive
at least 3
charging.
players, no prices for guessing which 3, that there are plenty of Earth-likes around here, but I haven't found very many of them. But then you can see how thoroughly I scan systems, i.e. I don't.
2, 1, engage.
None there. Anyway, this should be a Class B blue-white. It might be an O, but I doubt it. It's definitely not an O. It's quite small for a blue-white.
Fuel scooping.
I need 2 other objects here. I've got no problem with that. It is a B. Right, let's see what's here. I'll scan you. You look like a water world. How far is that other star? 43,000. Way too far for me to be bothered with.
Fuel scooping complete. Fuel scoop disengaged.
So that then takes us to 6,004 systems visited and max distance from the start of 30,048. And total height space distance 186,057, so that's fast approaching 40,000 since I started. And total height space jumps of, I thought I was getting too close then. Total height space jumps 10,813. Well, they're not bad. Right, well, I think that is quite enough. So I think it's time I spliced all these clips together and had another stab at uploading this thing. So yeah, that'll do for now. I will be back when there is something to come back to. In the meantime, go away.